Rise up. It's time for another episode of Spartivation, your podcast source for inspiration and motivation to get you through your Spartan body transformation. Here now is your host, the Spartan Doctore, champion of growth.
It is a glorious day to train and grow. I am Ryan Masters, the Spartan Doctor, here to provide you with motivation and inspiration as you journey through your Spartan transformation. Welcome to another episode of Spartivation, broadcast directly to you from Trifection Studios. Today, you and I are going to dive into what I call the modern Spartan S3 mindset. And this is the first part of the Spartan Body Blueprint, which if you have not downloaded, I don't know what you're doing. You need to get on that. Go to Spartivation.com. You can download the Spartan Body Blueprint for free, and this is the blueprint that's going to show you how you can build a ripped Spartan physique with less than 5 hours a week. And in order to do something like that, it's going to require a lot of changes, and those changes are coming from you, not anybody else. And so what we're talking about is the modern Spartan S3 mindset, or, I just call it the S3 mindset for short. And I use mindset interchangeably with philosophy, so you can kind of swap either of those words out. But basically, what your mindset is, it's the lens of how you view the world and make decisions. And so it's a very, very, very powerful piece that a lot of people never even evaluate in their own lives, whether it's from a fitness standpoint or a relationship standpoint or work standpoint. How you think and view problems and challenges that come to you is going to obviously have a major impact on how you act. And so by changing or improving your mindset, you are going to dramatically, have dramatically positive impacts on your life. And this is, again, this is something where it takes a little bit of time, it takes thinking, and naturally that means most people aren't going to do it. But most people are not building Spartan physiques and out there living the life they want. So for you to do that, you have to change and start looking at this type of stuff. And so your mindset is the greatest determining factor in how your body, health, and life come out. Again, because that's going to be the overall guiding force of the decisions that you make. And one of my favorite speakers, Jim Rohn, often said your philosophy or mindset is like the setting of the sail on a ship. And it's the same wind blows on all of us, and you can't change the wind, right? The wind it's going to come from whatever direction it does, and you cannot change it. And trying to do so is a complete waste of time. But what you can do is change the direction of your sail on your ship. You do have the power to do that. And so if the wind's blowing one way, you can change the sail direction so that you go the opposite way if that's where you want to go. And so instead of wasting your time, reaching out and trying to change the wind, we want to change the sail. And that's what we're looking to do here with the S3 mindset. And with that, we begin with the end in mind. Okay, so that means we're focusing on how to build a ripped Spartan body with less than 5 hours a week. Because again, this is under the context that you're a busy dude. You're out there, raising a family, working hard, and making things happen in your life. And you still want to be strong and represent masculinity, but you don't want to, spend 7 hours a day in the gym. It's just not practical, and it's not realistic. And so that qualifier, if you don't have that qualifier there, then you're already starting off on the wrong foot, right? If some guy's like, I want to work out. Okay, well, what is the mindset for working out? I don't know. It's so vague. Does working out mean you're trying to just improve some health? Does working out mean you're trying to win a marathon race? I mean, that right there, if you want better answers, you need to ask better questions. So with the qualifier of building a ripped Spartan body in less than 5 hours a week, now we can look at the mindset and say, okay, what is the mindset required to accomplish that goal? And so the S3 mindset consists of, you guessed it, 3 parts. It is simplicity-focused, strength-centered, and systems-based. Now we're going to dive into each of these in separate episodes, but let's just get an overview here so we're all on the same page. And the first thing is simplicity focus. I'm sure you've seen, it amazes me when, I have my own gym now here at Trifection Studios, but man, when I used to go to the gym, I think it was hilarious when I see these people, standing on bouncy balls and trying to lift weights. I mean, it's a good way to break your ankle. Just all this crazy, crazy stuff. And the internet is rife with, complex sets, supersets, up sets, down sets, sideways sets, inside out sets. I mean, it never ends. And part of that is from psychology. People naturally tune out. When you hear something that you've already heard before, you think you've already heard before, you naturally tune it out. And so that's why from a marketing standpoint, fitness being one of the most competitive niches in the industry, top 3 are finance, fitness, or health, and then dating and relationships. People, marketers have to continually make up new terms and words that you haven't heard before, otherwise you're not going to pay attention. So that's why you hear stuff like P90X or muscle confusion. They're making those things up so that you stop and pay attention because you're like, oh, I've never heard about that before. And so what that leads to is this huge, massive pile of complexity when it comes to training and working out, because you hear so many different things. And again, there are a lot of things, methods and approaches that can help you. It just depends on the end goal. So we're looking at the end goal of a balanced, functionally sound, strong Spartan physique in less than 5 hours a week. So with that as our end goal, we have to keep it simple. Otherwise, you're going to immediately blow out that 5-hour limit. And keeping it simple is simply that, we make everything as simple as possible, but not simpler. And that means you don't have to do drop sets, supersets, crazy complex workouts. Those are not necessary to building a Spartan physique. Now, once you have a Spartan physique and it's been a couple years, if you're bored, I guess you can certainly throw those in to mix it up a little bit. But to this day, I still have not done any workouts. And all my Spartans that have gone through a Spartan Rises have not done any drop sets, supersets, whatever set you want to call it, because it's simply not necessary. And so it's like, why do extra work when it's not necessary? Hey, as Spartans, we're not going to sit here and say you don't have to do work. You know that to come out, and that's just part of being a man, is enjoying doing hard work and doing it right the first time. But on the flip side, we want to do smart work, and we don't just do work for work's sake. Again, because we're trying to keep it under that 5 hours a week limit. That means everything that we're doing absolutely must have a purpose and serve a good function. Otherwise, it's a waste and it's adding time that we don't need to be spending. So that's why you approach everything from a simplicity mindset. And if the workout is crazy complicated, boom, in the trash it goes. The next is strength-centered. And it's very simple. Being stronger guarantees a better quality of life. I mean, that's just how it works. If you're a stronger man, you are going to have a better quality of life. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to have a bad life if you're not strong, but if you're stronger, you're going to have a better quality of life. And I'm assuming that if you're listening to this show, that's part of your goal, is to improve the quality not only of your life, but of those around you and those in your sphere of influence. And a modern Spartan knows that true strength is not limited to physical strength, because all strength is built out of struggle. So true strength comes from forging an undefeatable will, and that comes from struggle, problems, challenges that you're going to face not only in the gym when you're actually lifting, but also outside the gym in order to get in the gym. So that strength-centeredness is a key component to the mindset of a modern Spartan, and that you always have to be thinking, is this making me stronger? And the answer to that is, do I have to struggle, and is this a challenge for me? If there's no challenge, you're not getting stronger. It doesn't mean everything needs to be super hard and crazy hard, but if you're not progressing, as far as training goes, they teach you in a Spartan Rises how to use a Spartan strength ladder so that your strength is continually growing and that you are becoming a stronger man. And the final one is systems-based. Okay, so Modern Spartan bases its training off systems, and this is going to be a really, really good episode when we dive into this, because systems are the way that this is kind of the secret sauce to getting that workout time down to 5 hours a week. But the systems is how you go about doing things in your life. It's in terms of, where is your gym located and what is your gym process. Another word for systems is process. So how where the gym is, one just mini example of improving systems is if you're having a hard time getting to the gym instead of trying to force yourself and change yourself to drive to the gym, you need to look at the system and set that up or optimize that so that you are more likely to go to the gym. And so what does that mean? Well, let's look at, where is the gym located? Is it close to you, or is it close to work? If you're trying to get to the gym at the end of the day, you go home, change, and then go back to the gym, that's a lot of steps in the system. What will be more optimal is that you go to a gym that's, say, maybe on your way home from work. So now you're leaving work, you don't go home first, you go right to the gym. And so you've taken 3 steps out of the system and you've improved it because you're already driving by the gym anyway, so it's like you might as well stop in and go. And by making that change to the system, you are improving yourself instead of trying to overcome it by changing yourself, which is the hardest thing to do. And this is going to be a big topic throughout this whole podcast, is really looking at the system and saying, okay, how can I change the system and change my environment and change what's around me in order to positively change myself? And a big part of that is taught to you in a Spartan Rises, which you haven't gone through. Then you want to go ahead and sign up for that if you're looking for more, step-by-step instructions in terms of the actual workouts and the food intake you need to build a Spartan body, which you can get from www.spartanrises.com. So it doesn't matter, in terms of whatever the mindset that you're looking for. If you want to build the Spartan body, you need to start studying the S3 mindset and incorporating that into your life. But no matter what you do, never retreat, never surrender, and keep moving forward.